Good morning. It is Sunday the 27th here in Australia, and time for another edition of NASA Days. If you watched episode 16, you remember we were developing the Checkout and Launch Control System, or CLCS, and we were testing out at the Johnson Space Center in the Shuttle Avionics Integration Laboratory, or SAIL, with the flight control team. If you don't remember, go back and watch episode 16. I'll wait. Anyway, a few weeks after we returned from JSC and our sail trip, we started hearing rumors that the CLCS, the project, was up for cancellation. We presented a lot of data on the benefits of CLCS and how the project within the last year was on plan. Yet the opposing side included the full multi-year project, which was over the original budget because we struggled in the first couple years getting started. NASA, within the shuttle program, and specifically the branch in charge of the current Launch Processing System, or LPS, was pushing for it to be canceled. They were working on a cost-benefit story on how much money it would cost to finish CLCS versus what it would cost to just keep the existing system running for the remainder of the space shuttle program. The existing LPS system did launch space shuttles very well. I mean, that's what it was designed for. But it was becoming difficult to maintain the existing hardware, which was why the replacement project was created to begin with. So why the change of heart? Was it truly a dollars and cents problem, trying to be good stewards of taxpayer money? Or was there something else? The shuttle contractor, United Space Alliance, or USA, who not only processed the space shuttle, they also maintained the current LPS system. The new CLCS system was being designed, and specifically the system software, by Lockheed Martin, who also worked on the mission control system. USA management team was very concerned that if we fully implemented CLCS, then they would have to hire Lockheed Martin to maintain it. And that was dollars out of USA's pocket. So they worked every angle they could to sour NASA to the idea that CLCS was any idea that it might be beneficial, and promoted just keeping what worked. Now, if you looked at it from a money standpoint, from a shuttle perspective, you come up with a different answer than if you're looking at it from shuttle and whatever comes after shuttle. CLCS was being built not only to launch space shuttles, it was also being designed to be adaptable for whatever program came after shuttle. It was evolvable. In the end, NASA management sided with their USA contractor and canceled CLCS and decided to make the current LPS system work for the remainder of the space shuttle program. This was an incredibly short-sighted decision, and I personally lost faith in some of my colleagues that I thought could see the bigger picture. Alas, it is difficult to overcome a constant stream of negative propaganda. They did take the CLCS firing room 4, and after they stripped out all the computer hardware and put the LPS hardware into our nice, pretty firing room, the space shuttle program would only ever launch from firing room 4 for the remainder of the shuttle program. When the cancellation happened, the project manager wanted to call a meeting, but there was no conference room that was big enough for all of us, as we'd grown into a fairly large team by that point. Trying to be expedient, he called a meeting in the parking lot and gave everyone the news that the CLCS project had in fact been canceled. The contractors would be laid off, The shuttle contractors would go back to be doing their shuttle job, and they would find a home for the NASA people. The project manager, Bruce, who I still consider a friend to this day, did what he thought was best for the team as a whole. He got a lot of negative press about the optics of calling everyone out to the parking lot to inform them that they were being laid off, essentially. In reality, it was the best decision at the time. So CLCS was canceled, and people just went their different ways. So where did I go after Constellation? Now that I was no longer part of the shuttle program, well, that will be the topic of the next NAPSA days. Until then, we'll talk to you later.